Listen closely, because this might be the most important message you hear today. I want you to think for a moment. Who are the most ambitious people you know? Are they the ones you see constantly grinding, always on the move, never stopping for a break? Maybe, but I've learned that some of the most ambitious people in the world are the ones sitting quietly, feeling completely frustrated with themselves. They're the ones who know, deep down, that they're capable of greatness, that they have so much potential locked inside, but they feel trapped, paralyzed by a feeling they can only describe as laziness. If that sounds even a little bit like you, please, don't go anywhere. Stay with me for just a few minutes. Let me tell you a story about a young man named Daniel. Daniel had huge dreams. We're talking about starting a multi-million-dollar business, achieving complete financial freedom, and rewriting the entire story for his family, creating a legacy they could be proud of. He had the vision, he had the ideas, he even had the talent to back it up. But every single time he tried to start, he would freeze. It wasn't because he doubted his vision or questioned his abilities. It was because laziness had wrapped itself around him like a thick, heavy blanket, making every movement feel impossible. He'd wake up in the morning, full of motivation, his mind buzzing with ideas. He'd think, today is the day. Today I'm finally going to do it. But within minutes, a familiar voice would whisper in his ear, talking him out of taking any real action. I'll start tomorrow, he'd tell himself. I'm just not ready yet. I need to do a little more research. Or the classic, I'll get to it later, after I've done this other small thing. The excuses were endless, and they were convincing. He was an expert at negotiating with himself, and he always lost. Those days of promising to start tomorrow quickly turned into weeks. The weeks stretched into months. The calendar pages kept flipping, but Daniel's life stayed exactly the same. Then one day, he looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. He saw the flicker of his dreams in his eyes, but they were distant, fading, and a painful realization hit him like a punch to the gut. His dreams were patiently waiting for him, but he wasn't showing up. He was letting himself down day after day. He felt like a spectator in his own life, watching his potential wither away. He was stuck in a cycle of ambition and inaction, and he didn't know how to break free. The guilt was eating him alive. He knew he was meant for more, but the gap between who he was and who he wanted to be felt like a canyon he could cross. One evening, feeling completely defeated, Daniel met with his mentor. He poured out his frustrations, explaining how he felt paralyzed, how this heavy blanket of laziness was smothering his ambition. His mentor listened patiently, and then he said something that shattered Daniel's entire mindset. He said, "Daniel, you don't overcome laziness by trying to become stronger. You don't win by muscling through it with sheer willpower. You overcome it by making the first step so small, so laughably easy, that it's impossible to ignore." Those words hit Daniel like a bolt of lightning. So small it's impossible to ignore. He had always thought he needed to build a huge, perfect, elaborate routine from day one. He believed he had to go from 0 to 100 instantly. But this was different. It was permission to be imperfect. It was a strategy, not just a demand for more discipline. So that night, he decided to try something completely new. Instead of planning a 2-hour work session or writing a detailed business plan, he committed to a single, tiny step, 5 minutes of work. That was it, just 5 minutes. He set a timer, opened his laptop, and worked on one small task related to his business idea. When the timer went off, he closed it. It felt strange, almost too easy. But he had done it. He had kept his promise to himself. The next day, he did it again. Just 5 minutes, no pressure, no overwhelming expectations. Soon, something amazing started to happen. Those 5 minutes started to feel good. They were a small victory, a little spark of momentum. After a week, 5 minutes naturally became 10. He wasn't forcing it, he just found himself wanting to continue. 10 minutes soon turned into 30, and before he knew it, 30 minutes of focused work each day became a lifestyle. It was a non-negotiable part of his routine, as natural as brushing his teeth. Slowly, but surely, everything in Daniel's life began to change. With each small, consistent step, his confidence grew. He was no longer the guy who just talked about his dreams. He was the guy who was actively, daily, building them. His discipline developed not from a place of force, but from a place of consistency. The heavy blanket of laziness started to feel lighter, and eventually, it fell away completely. His life shifted in a massive way, not because he made one heroic, dramatic leap, but because he finally understood and harnessed the incredible power of starting small and staying consistent. He didn't wait for motivation to strike. He created it, one 5-minute block at a time. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What is the one big dream that feels too far away? What is the goal you've been putting off, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow? I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to have all the answers or a flawless plan. You just need to start. Right now, today. And you can start impossibly small. What is your 5-minute step? Is it writing one paragraph? Doing 3 push-ups? Reading 2 pages of a book? Meditating for 60 seconds? Whatever it is, make it so small that the lazy voice in your head doesn't even have time to make an excuse. Your journey to greatness doesn't begin with a giant leap. It begins with a single, tiny, almost insignificant step repeated over and over again. That's where the magic is. That's how you build momentum. That's how you become the person you know you're capable of being. Don't let another day, another week, another month pass you by. Your dreams are waiting. It's time for you to show up. Not the perfect, motivated version of you, but the you that exists right now. Just show up for 5 minutes. That's all it takes to change everything. If this message resonated with you, if you felt that story in your soul, do me a favor and drop a comment below letting me know what your 5-minute step will be. And if you found this helpful, please like this video. Your support means the world and helps us reach more people who need to hear this. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Word and Soul for more stories and messages to fuel your journey. Thanks for watching.